No! God, please, no! No!
Me, 42 female with my son, 15 male. Should I have a talk with my son about what I found in his room? I am a 42-year-old single mom of a 15-year-old son. Tyler. Name's changed, of course. His father's not a part of our lives. He left shortly after I became pregnant unexpectedly. And I have no plans for remarrying anytime soon, nor do I have any other children. Now, on to the real issue. Lately I've noticed Tyler spending a lot of time in his bedroom. This normally isn't too concerning, but the other day I was putting laundry in his drawers, and I stumbled up on what seemed to be, well, homemade sex toys. A lot of things that have gone missing in the couple of months were all in there. I won't go into detail, but it seems they were made for insertion. What should I do, if anything? I don't want to seem like a snooping mother, but I'm mostly concerned with his health. Could he hurt himself? I discussed this issue with my sister, which was mortifying enough, and her suggestion was to take him to a sex shop. Is that a good idea? Or would that make things worse? I've never discussed anything like this with my son, so any suggestions or help would be appreciated. Thanks in advance. TLDR, I, 42 female, found homemade sex toys in my son's 15 male room. I'm worried about his health. Should I have a talk with him? This is the best advice here. The absolute worst thing you can do is make him feel ashamed about sexuality, masturbating, or his body. It will be an awkward conversation, but tell him you found what you found by accident. You respect his privacy, and what he is feeling and doing is normal and nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, excuse me, Ricky. Ricky, I did see what you were doing. It felt good, didn't it?
Just that using makeshift toys is unsanitary and potentially dangerous. I sincerely wish someone had done this for me as a teen instead of making anything having to do with sex or sexuality shameful for me. Yet I have found condoms on the coffee table and watched my mother all but have sex in front of me. Also, make it clear you'll respect his privacy now that he's a young adult, that you'll always knock before coming into his room and only when necessary, and you won't go through private spaces like desk or dresser drawers. You could even agree to leave folded laundry on his bed as long as he puts it away immediately.
I'm just glad you're doing this in the privacy of your own room.
Normally, I might err on the side of backing out, but people that get things inserted that get stuck can end up in the emergency room. I've known people who have almost died. I would read up on a couple of websites. I liked the Savage idea, and make sure he understands the risks. I would not take him into a sex shop in person. Leading him to a safety website with proper products would probably be good enough. He'll read up on it on his own. I have been researching some safety sites as well. I think I will include them into the letter I think I will be writing him.
Turn that frown upside down, Pee-wee. Got some special mail here for you.
Thanks for the advice. Yeah, I'd bring it up. Without knowing what he's using, it could potentially be dangerous. Tell him you're okay with what he's doing, but suggest safer means of doing so. Thanks for the advice. I don't want to go into too much detail, as I said before, but I will say that I found a toilet plunger.
Oh my.
Among other things. I was mortified once I connected the dots, as you can imagine. My friend used a cucumber anally. You probably can't take him into a sex shop. You can, however, tell him that you're concerned with his health and give him a budget for a good sex toy website so he can pick out something of good quality. I may do this. I am indeed very concerned for his health, as I have heard a lot of stories of people injuring themselves or getting things stuck. I'll ask my sister if she knows of any websites. Thanks for the help. It sounds like the son is more likely to hook up with a boy based on the toy types. Not necessarily. Formerly single mom of a boy here. Okay, time for the real sex talk. Go buy him some condoms. Buy him some lube. Show him the Savage Love website and tell him to search for Death Grip.
Hands that grip. Fingers you hold open and let close. Hands that hold on with a kung fu grip.
Tell him about emotions and sex. Tell him about getting full consent. Tell him how to best prevent STI. Tell him about treating everyone with kindness and respect, and not using someone's sexual past as a bludgeon. A fleshlight would probably help him out a bit. It will keep him from possibly hurting himself with a homemade fleshlight.
Okay, just one time. Yeah.
Talk to him about pregnancy and taking responsibility for his role. Congratulations on having a teenager.